Stangibelisco here. I'd just like to offer a bit of praise for a local insurance agency. Now, I think I've done this before, but I'd like to also offer gratitude for what I have. Sometimes, I remember reading once uh, an interesting saying: you ought to learn how to want what you have. Well, I most definitely have learned that because I've been threatened lately with the possibility of losing it all. Not an imminent possibility. I'm not being sued for bankruptcy or being sued for anything or having to file for bankruptcy. But in light of recent medical events and trouble with the insurance company that pays the bills, I sometimes wonder. But lately, I was working with an insurance agent, a local insurance agent here, and I guess I will name the agency Farmers Insurance Agency in Spearfish, South Dakota. And the agent there, um, I chose him because he answers his phone most of the time, and he'll talk to you when he has time. He won't put you off. He doesn't seem to have a nasty corpuscle in his carcass. And that seems to be true of an awful lot of people around here, the Black Hills of South Dakota. My hometown is called Lead, L-E-A-D, although my official address is Deadwood. Uh, Deadwood kind of got a bad rap from the movie, I guess, or from the series on television, but there's hardly a place in the United States that has a lower crime rate than this area, the Black Hills of South Dakota. And you'll find some bums here, but you'll find some jerks here, but you'll also find plenty of really decent people who will go out of their way to help you, and this is one of them, the agent at Farmers Insurance Agency. Not State Farm, this particular one is called Farmers Insurance. He's been there, and his father have been there, I guess, running that agency for over half a century. He's helping me transition to Medicare, which I do on September 1st. And he's got everything lined up, except I had to take care of my own Medicare Part B, as in Bravo, at least for now, for the first 3 months. I'll be turning 65 in September, and he helped me with all of the supplemental plans that hold the bills at bay. Medicare, will not pay your entire bill, but you can get Medicare supplement insurance that will help you pay those bills. And there doesn't seem to be there doesn't seem to be anything bad about this guy. I can't find anything mean about him. In fact, the other day I was telling him, I don't think we're going to have to worry very much about about my living that much longer anyway, because of things they've told me lately in the hospital. One of the things you will hear about in my most recent video about salt substitutes. Things like that make me wonder if I'm going to live to see 75, let alone 85 or 90. But in any case, however long the good Lord grants me on this earth, I will take. But when I told him this, when I said, I don't think we're going to have to worry about me living that much longer anyway, I've already been told several times that I have some life-threatening conditions. We're probably not going to have to worry about dealing with me that much longer. I just hope that it looks like maybe I'm going to have to go to the hospital again before we transition over to Medicare. And things just don't seem to be going my way at all. I told him all my woes. And you know what he said? He said, "Oh, darn it. Darn it. Since when have you heard somebody say that when they probably meant something? Uh, they probably felt, well, I don't know if he even feels this. I don't know if he even has mean feelings. The guy goes out of his way to be with his grandkids. He takes days off to be with his grandkids, and he does not let work get in front of his family. He knows he's just, and the whole area here is really probably one of the best kept secrets in the United States of abundance. The low crime rate and the general um, accommodating nature of the people. Now, they're not to be taken advantage of, but they certainly will not, for the most part, try to take advantage of you. And people are trusting and honest for the most part, more than I've ever seen in any other place I've lived. And I've lived in a lot of them. I've lived in Miami, LA, Hawaii. I've lived in a small town in Wisconsin. I've lived in Connecticut. Well, I've lived in some big cities where quite the opposite was true. You didn't know at what instant you might get shot in the back of the head at any instant. But this place is so much the opposite of that. And but I told him once, I think chances are pretty good I'm going to die within the next 5 years, and I was serious because I've been in a real funk lately, and telling him all these terrible things, and he goes, "Oh, darn it!" And it almost made me wonder if he was being sarcastic, but I don't think he was. I think the man is just a nice guy, a quintessential nice guy. They still exist, and one of them exists at Farmers Insurance Agency in Spearfish, South Dakota. So my hat is off. I take it off, except my hair is a mess, and I don't want to look like a. Okay, I'll take it off. There you go. Hats off to you at the Farmers Agency in Spearfish, South Dakota. If you ever see reason to move here and you need insurance, I'd recommend that agency as the first place to go. Advertisement from Stan Gibilisco, signing off. Until next time, so long.